How's it going, everybody? It is the Joning Little Fox here, and this is my channel where I talk about anime, video games, cartoons, most notably Sonic and Ninja Turtles. And today I am doing another one of those drawing things that I was doing last time. So yeah, just decided to do this since it's like the end of the month and all that. I know it's a little bit sudden, Black History Month and all that stuff. I didn't really do too much, but there are some drawings that I kind of wanted to show and color in, and you guys can just what's his face just chat or whatever, and I would like respond or whatever, that kind of thing. And if my family comes down, I'll probably like mute the mic or something or whatever. So if I won't respond to you, you know why. But anyways, let's get into it. So I have my little Fang the Hunter comics and stuff that I just bought. I bought this one today. This stuff from the comic book store since it's Wednesday. Pretty good so far, but I don't know if you guys want me to like check it out, review it or something. I just might. But anyways, let's get into it. All right, so right here I got George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. That kind of drew, you know. Don't know too much history like that, let's say, but obviously they're like very professional athletes and stuff. I learned more so of George Foreman last year because I saw the movie and stuff, which was pretty good, um, and very insightful to like really hear that about George Foreman and stuff. He was the world champion for a bit. Actually, not even just for a bit, but like he became the world champion twice. One time during the prime of his like 30s, and then I think, or like maybe like his 20s or so. Then after that, he became like world champion again somewhere around his like 40s or 50s and stuff. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, but George Foreman is alive though. Unfortunately, Muhammad Ali had passed away back in like 2016 when I was still actually in high school even. So yeah, so rest in peace to the legend or to the goat. But yeah, but George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. What a good way to start a day, even if waking up at 4 a.m. Whoops. Sorry, Ashes. I didn't know what the time zone is over your place. I just decided to do it randomly. Well, I hope you enjoy the stream. Hopefully, it won't be like boring or anything. And I hope the last stream wasn't like boring for you guys. That I wasn't like that I had to have like anything per se like stimulating besides me drawing. But yeah, if you have any questions, ask me. I'm here. I won't like this won't. Hopefully, this won't be too long. Nah, it's 7 a.m. No, 7 at my place. Everything's good. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, if I guess if you haven't guessed, it's like it's about to be 7 p.m. from where I'm at. So you know how it is. But I am glad to have you here, though. Hey, have you checked out the Netflix Avatar yet? Yeah, I definitely have. I was wondering in case the empathetic Black Queen shows up. I'm pretty sure she was gonna like probably bring that up or something too. But yeah, I had definitely seen the Netflix Avatar Last Airbender. What do I personally think about it? It's not bad, but it's like if I were to honestly give it a score, I would say honestly it's like a 6 out of 10. Meaning in my book that's like a D. Okay. Like I don't know whether I should give it a D plus, D minus, or whatever, but, or just a D. But it's a D, in my opinion. And the reason why I say it's a D is because like look, they got the looks and everything right, and I would say like half the actors actually did feel in character and actually did feel like that character, like Zuko and Sokka. For me, I feel like yeah, they carried that show because they actually did feel like Zuko and Sokka. I roll a little bit dramatic, a little bit. They kind of dramatized him a little bit, but yeah, he felt like Hyrule. Aang, I don't know, he's okay, but he just feels off and stuff. Katara, a little off. Um, hang on a second. But yeah, yeah, and it's like yeah, and some of the characterization too, like some characters like Kiyoshi, like good God, they look. I don't want to like go too much into the detail. I mean, depends on how long I guess the stream will be, and how long this conversation keeps going. But man, they really rode off of like Kiyoshi and stuff. And when I mean like they rode Kiyoshi, I mean like yeah, like man, they were treating Kiyoshi like oh my God, she's like the best avatar ever. And don't get me wrong, I know Avatar Kyoshi has her fans. She's a cool character. She has her own novels. I read one of the novels. I read Rise of Kyoshi, the first one, but since that was so long, I was like, yeah, I don't feel like reading Shadow of Kyoshi because it's just ridiculously so long. I'm like, nah, I'm good for right now. But aside from that though, Jesus Christ, they were really treating Kyoshi as if like she was objectively the best avatar or something. Oh my God, she's like the only avatar to master the avatar state, which that doesn't make any sense. Every avatar has mastered the avatar state. What makes Kyoshi any different? Oh, she's doing things that Roku couldn't do, like possess Aang, even though Roku did that and it saved Aang's life when the fire sages were going to attack him. Did he not? So yeah, so I don't know. It's like they're really we're writing off of Avatar Kyoshi a lot in that show. Like definitely at the beginning, and I just feel like yeah, no wonder why the creators like Brian Konietzko and Michael D. Martino, no wonder why like they kind of just dropped off because they were like yeah, because I'm like yeah, whoever worked on this show or had like the ultimate final say, I feel like they really did not understand um they didn't understand the series or what it means to be an avatar, what it means like just they just didn't understand the core of Aang or the whole role of being the avatar. They're like, oh, well, being the avatar is like being a merciless warrior, god, a general, and all that. I'm like, no, no. And then they try to say like, well, that's just Kyoshi's perspective or whatever in the show, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't think Avatar Kyoshi like believes that that's what it means to be the Avatar. Like, no. But anyways, it's a real shame because they really put work in the details and the costumes, but unfortunately the writing is bumpy in part of blending some filler parts, just like Jet suddenly being in a Mashi. Yeah, yeah, that is true. I'm like, man, don't get me wrong. It's not like I had anything against Omashu or anything back from the original, but it just seemed like, yeah, when they did it in this live action show, I was like ready to move on from Omashu. I'm like, why are they tying Jet and all these other things to Omashu? Even in the ending of like the show, Ozai was all like, "Oh yeah, well, I didn't really intend on conquering the Northern Water Tribe. I actually meant to conquer Omashu." I'm like, Omashu, like Omashu is literally a small city. Okay, I can understand if it was like Bossing Zay or something, but Omashu, come on, it's a small city compared to like the Northern Water Tribe. And so the Northern Water Tribe, like literally in the show, like what's his face? The Northern Water Tribe was like the Fire Nation's greatest enemy and stuff. They had to do everything they could to really weaken this other water tribe by killing off all like the water benders that might surface up or present a challenge or whatever for them. So yeah, but Omashu, I'm like, come on, no. To be honest, Aang being the fire in the fire temple was far more important in the story than Omashu. Yes, it really was. Um, but yeah, and on top of like what I was saying about Kyoshi, they were really like they really put Avatar Roku on the back burner. And I'm like, but Avatar Roku has like the most connection to the war. And again, I'm not saying Kyoshi ain't great in her own right or she ain't good, but she doesn't have much of a personal stake. Oops, drop something. Kyoshi doesn't really have much of a personal stake in like in the war like that, aside from like her roles as Avatar. Avatar Roku, however, does because we all know that like he's like Sozin's best friend, and he spared Sozin's life when he decided to move on the world and everything, and he was trying to like he was conquering places and all that. So yeah, not to mention like he is also Zuko's great grandpa as well, which also further establishes like more of a personal connection between him and Aang. So yeah, there's just a lot of it, that they like completely like got wrong, or they just like, yeah, you really have sacrificed all this like budget and all these like characters and stuff. It's like it's weird. Okay, but yeah, but I was definitely hoping to talk about that too at some point. But yeah, now's a good time though. To be honest, oh yeah, I read that. I mean, the only info we got on Kyoshi was in Avatar Day when it was revealed that she had destroyed the whole army. But we got a whole episode about Roku's backstory tied into the start of the war. Sort of. I mean, Roku, of course, appeared here and there. Like, yeah, obviously, like he got the information of what he needed to know from Aang, and then by like in season three, Roku told Aang the full story as to why things are the way they are. And like, hang on, excuse me, as to why things are the way they are and stuff. Like his friendship with Sozin and all that, and the betrayal. So yeah, so I'm like, so why you? My thing is like, why you guys nerfing Roku like that? But anyways, what else? But yeah, and Boomy too. Like, I mean, or actually for the White Lotus members, aside from Iroh, because like I said, I mean, I did like some of the charm that certain characters brought to the table, but I didn't like what they did with Boomy and Paku and stuff. Like they treated them like I don't know, like Boomy for example. I'm like, why are you so bitter about Aang? And stuff like, yes, I get it, he ran away, but mostly adult characters would understand that Aang had ran away because he's still just a kid. Okay, they're not gonna like be like, oh, well, you're just the Avatar. It's your role, it's your job. No, they understood Aang and stuff and where he was coming from and stuff. They didn't belittle him. Kyoshi didn't belittle him or anything like that. Um, there was that one fisherman who did belittle Aang when Aang revealed that to Katara in that in the show. But yeah, but yeah. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, because Boomy, like the thing with Boomy's character is that Boomy is not exactly somebody you can like take everything that what he says literally. Like what Boomy says, Boomy's a little bit of a he's a little bit of a trickster. Okay, he likes to pull pranks. He likes to mess around and stuff like that. And that's why like in the show, I didn't like how he revealed himself because like Aang was like Boomy, like no, you shouldn't have figured it out until at least towards the end of the episode because Aang realized that one of my friends did survive after so long from back in the day, or that you know what I mean, or like it's just something he wasn't expecting, but him just to figure it out right away And then yeah, I'm just like, oh god, this is so cringe. I mean, don't yeah. So yeah, like it was just cringe to me, and I'm just like, yeah, some scenes was just like aggravating, but the CGI though was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you there. The CGI was pretty good. Uh, not too big on the fight choreography, except for the Zuko scene. Zuko, that actor that played Zuko, he was killing it. Like I'm like, he low key does sound like Dante Bosco, Zuko's voice actor. Jake Long from American Dragon, Dragon Up. But yeah, he really does sound legit like Zuko. He's got the look down, and he's even putting in like the work. He's got the moves and everything. It's like, flashy. I kind of like that. So I definitely respect his actor the most. And then of course there's Sokka's voice. I mean Sokka's actor and stuff. He sounds and it's got that like the Sokka charm. Still, it's the right version of Avatar compared to like the 2010 live action. Though the scene Earthbender is throwing a tiny rock about wonderfully bad and cringe. Yeah, I think when I first saw the movie, I didn't really catch it like that because I was like a kid when I first saw that. But yeah, but when you see it, like when you come back and just see that, oh my god, the CGI in that movie was terrible, like just terrible. And the thing is, like, look, um, I respect M Night Shyamalan for at least trying to do or make an effort and stuff because he got into it because his daughter was a fan of Avatar, so he wanted to make his own movie. He was like, oh, okay, well, let me make a my own. Let me try to make an Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. He tried it. Um, so like I said, I can respect him for at least the attempt, but the execution was poorly done. Okay, it was terrible, terrible execution. Um, Yeah, and honestly, it just felt bland. It felt like a documentary and all that stuff. Yeah, like it just didn't have that charisma. But I remember, whoops, I was watching a video. I'm not sure if you know this YouTuber, but his name is Derek Anderson. He was saying that we shouldn't really be using the live action movie as a measuring stick. And I mean, I'm not saying like that's what you should uphold yourself to or anything. But I'm just saying like he's got a point. We shouldn't really just be like, well, at least it's better than the 2010 live action. Well, yeah, because that movie was just terrible. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, well, at least it wasn't as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that was terrible. But yeah, but yeah, and it's weird too because in that show in the Netflix version, it's like they really tried to put like 5 episodes or whatever into like one whole thing and stuff into like one whole episode. And I'm just like, no, like the Blue Spirit episode, right? They tried to put the what was it, the Souls this episode where Aang meets Roku, the Blue Spirit episode, um, which keep in mind the Souls this episode is like a two-parter, and then the Blue Spirit thing, and then they were like, oh, Ko had captured um Katara and Sokka, which um if you know, everyone knows that scene if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender with Ko, because it's like one of the most creepiest scenes in the entire series, where Ko the face stealer will steal your face if you ever show any sign of emotion to him, and you got to respect Aang for at least keeping a straight face. Which, by the way, he learned that from Roku. So yeah, but in the show, it was like, oh, he knew right away, or he just couldn't be affected because of his avatar powers or something, like Washi Tong, the owl guy. Only Aang could understood him, which that didn't make any sense because yeah. So it's like it's weird. They had to overcomplicate everything. Oh man, don't get me started on Azula. To be fair, Azula was better in his movie than in the Netflix adaptation. I know it's just a matter of looks, especially when Ozai felt like a random Indian put in a Roman suit, but still. Um, I can't remember Ozai too much from the Netflix movie. I mean, not the Netflix movie, from the 2010 movie that M Night Shyamalan did. But in the Netflix show, oh no, I mean Ozai, his actor was pretty good too. I liked his look and his feel and stuff, and like when he was serious, he put on a demanding voice. But it's just like they didn't understand these characters. Like even Azula, like oh my god, like they missed everything with Azula, in my opinion. when it comes to like her character, her presence. Because the thing is, like Ozai never tried to like, well, I wouldn't say he never tried to pit Azula against Zuko, but he was always gassing up Azula, saying that she's the best, saying that she's better than her brother and everything, or he always he always like spoiled her and stuff. But yeah, but but Azula though, the show, like she was so short tempered, she was jealous of Zuko. And I'm like, that's not Azula. Like Azula is a lot more like Azula is a lot more composed than that and a lot more like tame and stuff. Like, yeah, I know towards the end, like she broke herself or whatever, or she lost her cool. And that's how you know she's like really, really serious when she does like lose her temper or loses her cool. But most like mostly Azula is very like composed, very calculating and stuff, level headed compared to Zuko, which made her dangerous. And she had the resources and everything, which made her a bigger threat to Aang than Zuko, since Zuko didn't have those resources the way that Azula did, since she was still closer to Ozai. Azula just didn't feel creepy, which was her main trait in the show. Yeah, that's because yeah, like I said, like she wasn't cunning or she wasn't like as calculating or whatever. They tried to do something with that, but she wasn't like she wasn't as composed. She was just always hot tempered or whatever, or was just fighting random people to try and prove herself or whatever, which that didn't make any sense. Like remember like the lightning scene from the show compared to like yeah, like compared to like in the Netflix version. In the original show, when Azula like shot lightning, of course she got it because she was trained and all that. But Azula was practicing so much because she's such a perfectionist that she was doing it to the point where she didn't want a single hair out of place and stuff. She wanted to do it to the point where okay, not a single hair is out of place, not in front of my face or whatever. That's how I know I've done it perfectly. Okay, that's how Azula's like mentality was. But there, she just did it randomly because she was just angry at Ozai because she felt like, oh, well, she didn't need to prove herself or whatever to him. Which again, weird feminist thing, especially with what they did with Katara and Kyoshi. But yeah, and man, what they did with like Katara, man. Um, yeah, Katara just had ass pull for real. Like she got random powers and stuff like that. Yeah, I know she had the little water scroll that Grand had gave her in the beginning, which in the original show we all know is because she stole it from pirates and all that stuff. But I'm not against Grand giving it to Katara and stuff, and just saying that maybe this is something that she might have gotten from Paku, which they never established that Paku was a former lover of Grand. Yeah. But yeah, but Katara. Um yeah, and then like basically there was like the scene with like Jet was all like, whoa, oh, it's because you're so powerful because of me. And she was like, no, it was all me. Okay, okay. Or when she fought Zuko and stuff, Zuko is like, saying the line from the anime or from the show. He was like, you little peasant, you found yourself a master. And then Katara's like, yeah, me. No, she never said that. She did find a master in Paku. She swayed him to teach her how to fight. Um, she learned how to fight. She got better, and yeah, that's how that turned out. But anyways, but yeah, but yeah, like I said, visually the show looks good, but it's just like they just didn't understand the layers or none of the other stuff that actually like counted or whatever. And I get it that you had to condense everything, which I'm not against that, but it's just like, yeah, but you guys, it's just like so fast paced and all that. It's just like I don't know, man. Well, feminist perspective was in the original show as well. The only thing is that all the girls in the show didn't talk too much. about it. They were just kicking ass. Yeah, hang on. Because yeah, in Avatar, like they had a lot of good and strong female characters, like Katara, of course, Toph, Azula, Ty Lee, May. Um, yeah, so it's not like Suki. Yeah, like all of them. But it's like, of course, in this modern day and age, you got to double down on it. Like, remember the Kyoshi Island episodes on Netflix and stuff. In the Kyoshi Island episode, like basically, instead of the elder being this old guy that was from the original anime or the original show, um, basically they changed it, or they like changed it in the show to be like Suki's mom, even though Suki's parents were never exploited. As far as I'm aware in the show, it could have been different in the what's his face in the comics and stuff. I don't know Suki's entire history like that in the comics because I know they did something with Suki, um, or whatever. They like made it, gave her a spinoff comic or something, which I really should get on the train on reading that. But regardless, yeah, her mom wasn't the elder of the village or whatever, or none of that as far as I'm aware. Like the elder was an old guy, and yeah, he wasn't like a fighter or anything. But the Kyoshi warriors were the protectors and all that. But yeah, speaking about the feminism thing, hell, remember in the show they're like, yeah, Jet's mom was the fighter in the family. Like what? And that's how he learned how to use his hook swords, even though Jet's parents simply just died and Jet learned how to use hook swords on his own. But okay. Or like, what was it? The Cave of Two Lovers, that episode or whatever. Oh yeah, they tried to put that in too, while Aang was fighting Boomy and stuff. They were like, they're trying to change the lore in that too, saying that basically the man had died and then the woman was trying to like avenge her like lover or something like that. It was, to me, that was dumb. I'm like, you guys are over dramatizing this stuff to oblivion with this show. I'm like, it's not that complicated. And then Korra came and everything went downhill extremely fast. Janora deserved to be the Avatar much more. I mean, I kind of disagree on that. I know a lot of people don't really like Legends of Korra like that, or Korra herself as a character, but I think Korra's all right. Um, she tried to do her job as the Avatar and stuff, and she took a lot of pride in being it. That's why she was always so like quick or so anxious to like want to like help and stuff, or want to, even though yeah, of course her training wasn't complete or whatever, but she always was like, she always wanted to help out. Like in the first season with the Equalist and stuff, Tenzin wanted to handle that himself. Him and and Beifong and all of them, they wanted to handle it themselves. But then Korra was like, well, I mean, if they're causing trouble and stuff, I mean, I'm the Avatar. I can like help too. And obviously, she did. So yeah, but at least like yeah, she tried to do all she could. So I can respect that. And she did accomplish a lot of things though, like a lot of good things than what people care to admit. So yeah, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, but they also did have some pretty good female characters inside Legends of Korra too. They had Korra, Janora, Iki's all right. Of course the Beifong sisters, Su Yin, Lin, as you know, Lin is the chief. Su Yin is the founder of Zaofu. She's the youngest and stuff. Who else? I did like Zhu Li. Zhu Li, she was pretty cool. She wasn't like a fighter or anything, but she was Varric's assistant, and then in the comics, she ended up becoming like the mayor of, or no, my bad, not the mayor, the new president of Republic City. So that was pretty cool. Um, then there's Penma, that's Tenzin's wife. She's also pretty cool as well. Her and Tenzin had a pretty good relationship. So yeah. Mm. All right, and that is Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. All right. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, I still got more. If you guys can hear that, I'm listening to another stream from another YouTuber, Ruby King. But what he's playing in the background, that is apparently what's it called? King Vader. Off the topic, but it's pretty cool that Nickelodeon decided to port that one arcade TMNT 2012 game on consoles. You see, recently at least we got something cool this last run in cancellation. Yeah, that is actually pretty cool though. I saw something like that, but yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not like too. I mean, I'm a little familiar with it. Like I've seen it on YouTube before, like a few, not gameplays, but just like, well, yeah, a little gameplay here and there, of like, yeah, like it was like a mobile game or something of the 2012 series. But this actually does look like a beat 'em up, like from the old classic arcade, TMNT games, just with the 2012 style to it. But that is pretty cool though. Yeah, I did see that from IGN. I know this is out of nowhere. I did also like Mungiatsu though. He was pretty cool too, from the last Airbender Netflix show. Like again, they got the casting and stuff down for the most part. It's just the direction, or they just lack the understanding of like the characters and stuff. So that's just how I feel. There you go. Mm. Gotta admit, it was surprising Netflix showed actual brutal deaths, like that scene where the guy cooks up the monk in his own tornado was epic. Yeah, that was kind of wild though, crazy. I actually like the scene. Like, I my favorite part of the air genocide scene that they showed was seeing Mongiatsu in action. Like you see like Mongiatsu versus Sozin, and I know it's a little kind of a little over dramatic that you have these two former friends of Roku um and stuff, like his two best friends. You got his friend from the Fire Nation and his friend from the Air Nation and stuff, and they're fighting in this epic battle. And of course, Mongiatsu is like a he's like a dad to Aang, and he's the one to take him out and all that. So I found that to be my favorite part in that whole era genocide. And then like Sozin was all like, if it was any other day, you would have beaten me, but today, because he had the Sozin comment and all that, he had the powers of the comment enhancing him. He was all like, yeah, but not today. And so yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I did like that though. So I'm not gonna lie. So there are some good things to take away from the show, but then there's just like, yeah, um, obviously ain't better than the original. There's things that they completely miss or get wrong about the original. But yeah, but it's not completely like the worst thing in the world or anything. So, or how like remember they had Iroh take out Shao, like he lit him up when Shao tried to attack Zuko after Zuko had him practically beat. So that was also pretty interesting. I was like, well, yeah, yeah, no, General Zhao. I don't know. That guy just didn't really look like Zhao, or didn't have like he wasn't written like General Zhao either. He was like because he still respected Zuko. And the thing about General Zhao that we all know is that General Zhao doesn't respect Zuko, especially like since Zuko's status is he's an exiled prince and stuff. So General Zhao, he can like literally just be like, oh, make fun of or talk down on Zuko however he pleases. Iroh, he kind of respects Iroh because of his legacy as the Dragon of the West and his skills. But Zuko, yeah, Zhao has no respect for Zuko whatsoever. See, with that I'm in mind, I'm more worried about the Knuckles show. I'm not really expecting the fighting to be that good, except maybe the last episode where he would fight the bearded man villain. Hey, what's up, Empathetic Black Queen? Yeah, the Knuckles show. Um, I'm not saying like this is the best anticipated thing, but in my opinion, I mean it's good to have this. However, um, because the Sonic 3 movie is all the way up in like December, and which is like the end of the year, and we're at the start of the year. So at least we get something in the middle of what's going on in this universe, and that's like the Knuckles show, and it's actually a show that focuses on a character that's outside of Sonic and Doctor Eggman. So that's good in my opinion. Although they're probably gonna goof it up because they have one of my least favorite characters in Wade. I gotta say, like, yeah, Wade and Rachel. I said it before and I'll say it again. The worst characters, probably in like the worst Sonic characters ever. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. Um, Who knows? Maybe they might redeem Wade or something, but we know they're gonna double down on the jokes probably. Um, yeah, it's weird. Okay. But who knows? Maybe it could probably do some good for Wade. We don't know yet. But but yeah, but it's like they probably need a human character in the same room because versus just like oh having CGI animated so and so right here because they need to like you know what I mean like a human kind of character or whatever a little bit here and there yeah that kind of thing. So I understand, but still I'm like yeah I'd rather not focus on weight, please. Like no, Zhao should have more focus. Azula shouldn't be in the show at all at that point, or at least have that focus. Oh yeah, Ashes, you kind of remind me of something. I'll tell you in a second. Hang on. So what was I gonna say? Hang on. Yeah, like General Shao, like that's the thing about like Avatar is that like each season, there's a main villain. First season, the main villains are Zuko and General Zhao and stuff, and Zuko has a rivalry with General Zhao, where General Zhao is like this prestige general and stuff. He's got the resources, he's got more manpower. Yeah, Zuko's more skilled and more powerful than him physically, but Zhao has the manpower. He has the reputation and everything and the military might on his side compared to like Zuko. Whereas Zuko only has like one battleship and a small crew and his uncle. That's it. He doesn't got nothing else to go off of that to capture Aang. So that's just how it is. But but yeah, that's what Zuko and all of them had to deal with. And then season two, Azula, who's a lot more cunning, a lot more conniving, composed, and then you also had the Dai Li along with Long Fei. Long Fei and Azula were the main villains of the second season, where Long Fei was doing all that shady stuff under the table or whatever with the Bossing Say plot, and Azula well, you know, being Azula, she was the one that took Zuko's place in hunting down Aang and had more resources and all that other stuff than Zuko did. And then season three, of course, then that's where, of course, you know, we have Ozai and Azula and all that other stuff. So yeah, but yeah, that's the thing that I just remembered too that you reminded me of. They show way too much. Like they should have like because if you notice inside the original Avatar series, they kept like shying away Ozai's face and stuff, or it was always depicted in a silhouette because it's supposed to be like a bit of a mystery, and they did that for like two seasons up until season three, where Zuko finally gets home and he sees Ozai after that long time, and Ozai turns around and is like, "Welcome home, son." Perfect reveal. Okay, but that's what I mean. Like they showed way too much. Same thing with Azula. Like, Zuko only alluded to Azula. Like Azula's shown in a few flashbacks, like one flashback where Zuko got a scar. You can see Azula and Zhao in the background, and then Zuko talks to Azula, like talks about Azula in a past tense type of way when Aang was in the Avatar state and he captured him. Zuko was like talking about Azula then, and then we finally get the reveal to Azula in like the last episode. But yeah, but all this makes me want to just go back and like rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender. I literally, like I said, I literally have the entire box set, and I can do that anytime I feel like it. But yeah, we need rookie Avatar from the Forces and Knuckles show. Hmm? Forces and Knuckles show. He's the best character in the Sonic. Oh, okay. Oh, I know what you mean. You're talking about the Avatar character from Sonic Forces. What's his face? Gadget. That's the what the fans call him, Gadget, or Rookie, or Sonic calls him Buddy. But yeah, that could be interesting to see him in the show. I would definitely love to see more like Moby and characters in the Knuckles show. I mean, we got Petromac, which is cool, but to be honest, I would say like just don't play it safe. Go more in, like go more into it. Like they gotta put more like stuff into it. You know what I mean? Like put more like I don't know more Mobian characters. Like well, if it wasn't because of Ken Benders, we could have had Shade. We could have had Imperator Ixis or something. I would definitely love to see Takao. Like I'm just like, yeah, don't take any chances. Put more characters in it. That's how I feel when it comes to the Knuckles show. But yeah, you don't gotta put every single character in there, but just like some that might be like relevant to Knuckles. Like I said before, you can probably put Chaos in there. You can put Takao. Um, they already got Petromac, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But yeah, of course I have my own concerns, but yeah, like I have my own concerns for the show, but I am glad that we are getting it though, because like I said, I wanted to focus on other things outside of just Sonic and Eggman. I wanted to focus on other characters being introduced, more like world building and stuff, especially in this new movie universe where like the Mobians are all aliens and stuff now, and like there's other zones, and I'm like, yeah, why not explore that versus just the stuff on which call it on Earth and stuff, and just saying that, oh yeah, these are the stages from the games, which I can appreciate, but I want to see these other worlds too. BioWare, yeah, yeah, BioWare. Um, yeah, I don't know who has the rights to those characters now or whatever, but it's a shame that we're not going to see Shade and Imperator again. All right, and that is your Apollo Creed, played by the great Carl Weathers. Yep, definitely Apollo Creed. And next to him, his son Adonis Creed. Because I mean, of course, because Apollo Creed died inside the Rocky series, he never met his son. So I decided, it'd be cool to draw like them side by side next to each other. So so I thought it'd be cool to draw them like side by side next to each other. Michael B. Jordan, Adonis Creed, and Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed. So yeah, I wonder if we will have some prominent new franchises anytime soon. It's kind of sad that there's nothing even compared to like the 2010s. Maybe. We just gotta look around and stuff. Stellar Blade. I know because everybody's like, because the character actually looks sexy and all that. But I'm like, yeah, that could be a start of a new interesting franchise. I would say Bayonetta, but Bayonetta started in the late 2000s, though, like 2009, if I'm not mistaken. But still, there are probably some prominent franchises out there. I can't probably think of one that comes to mind at the moment, but at least that we all can just be like, oh yeah, universally or whatever. Maybe John Wick, I guess, but yeah, would be cool. Oh, don't make cry. Having a movie where Dante is Chris Pratt. Hmm. Never really imagined. There you go. Never really imagined Dante as Chris Pratt. I don't know. Um, maybe. I mean, definitely not like Devil May Cry one Dante or anything, but like I would say like he can pass for like Dante from like Devil May Cry 5 or something. But yeah, but Devil May Cry is one of my favorite video game franchises though. So you did really call it right there. Devil May Cry. Yep. Yeah. Because like Dante and Devil May Cry is like around. I want to say like Dante and Devil May Cry 5 is definitely around his early 40s. So I think yeah, Chris Pratt can definitely pull it off. But like before that, like Dante is like he's 18 in the Devil May Cry 3. He's 20, 28, 27 in the first game. And then the second and third, he's like around in his 30s. So, yeah. It would have been cooler if we actually got an animated Devil May Cry movie or maybe even OVAs. Yeah, we do got the anime though, which I guess you might not be a huge fan of that in that case. Um, but still, we do have that. But they could do more with the Devil May Cry series though. Obviously they do have a new Netflix series that's coming out, so that's gonna be cool. Not a lot of people are interested in it, but me, I'm like, well, it might just be good. We can see like Dante using the double arms. We might get Virgil. Who knows? We might even get Nero in there. So that would be pretty cool. Because it was the beginning. I thought third is at his youngest. Yeah, you're right. Third is when he is at his youngest. Like Dante is 18 in No May Cry 3, and he's like 28 or 27 in the first game. But yeah, but that is around the earliest time, like Dante, like in the games chronologically. Originally, it used to be before they changed it. It used to be Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 4, and then Devil May Cry 2. But then they changed it from to 3 to 1 to let me think, to 2 to 4 and now 5. So yeah, so like the events of Devil May Cry 5 take place after Devil May Cry 4, which I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm surprised nobody had done anything with Metal Gear recently, especially with all the hype about Senator Armstrong in 2013. Yeah. Yes. Metal Gear Rising was a pretty good game though. I don't know. I had to probably replay it to really feel like, okay, now that was like, yeah. Um, but yeah, no, Metal Gear Solid. Um, me, I haven't really been like playing the prequel games, like some of the recent stuff that's come out, like Metal Gear Solid 5, like Major Zero, or no, Ground Zero, my bad, or Phantom Pain. Haven't really played those games, but I did play one, two, three, and Rising. I never played Metal Gear Solid 4 yet. I know what happens in the game and I know the story, but I never like played the game though, which that is a crime in itself. But I don't have a PS3 yet or a PSP, so once I get one of those, I'll try to see if I can get like Metal Gear Solid 4 and then beat it. Simple as. Yeah, its story at peaks in Metal Gear Solid was revolutionary storytelling. Yeah, it definitely was. Like Metal Gear Solid is definitely a legendary, legendary like, well, probably one of the best stealth games ever. Right up there with the Batman Arkham series and Sly Cooper and all that, and just yeah, Splinter Cell. Like yeah, it is like probably the best stealth game ever. Good story, even in the old like when it was like before like in the Metal Gear series. Um, yeah, back in those days, it was even like pretty good storytelling wise, or they really did care, or because they wanted to make a kind of like a Die Hard type of like video game ish kind of thing, or like a you know action thriller and all that. So that was pretty cool too. All right, it's been an hour. Hmm, I need a black marker. found it. I'm trying to get a PS3 one day, mainly to finally play Deadpool game. Probably, oops, hang on, probably the best content about the character and much more hilarious than the movies. Probably. I did play Deadpool. Pretty decent game though, but I kind of just lost interest in it after a little while. Um, I don't have a PS3, but I had it on the Xbox 360 because I do have a 360. Still, so yeah, because I do still have a 360, but I don't have Deadpool anymore. I think I actually gave it to a friend or something from school back in high school. So there is that. Kingdom Hearts was an okay franchise. Everyone seems to hate Birth by Sleep, but I love it. Not the story, but I love the gameplay. It had potential, but how they did it failed flat, or it's fell flat. Terra could be better. I never played all the Kingdom Hearts games, but I played like the first one I beat, and the first one I ever had was Kingdom Heart Dream Drop and stuff, and that gameplay was pretty cool. But I never beat that game though on the 3DS. So yep. So I got George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Creed, and I just got a couple more, and then I'll draw Tifa. Yep, Iron Mike Tyson. All right, let's get to coloring. Oh, Mike Tyson, that guy hits the hardest. Yeah, I heard one time when I was in driving school, they said that a punch from Mike Tyson is like being hit by a car slightly, going slightly at 10 miles per hour. That's how hard Mike Tyson hits. I like how you draw them. Thanks. It'll look even better when I color it and stuff. It will give it a lot more life and stuff. And plus, as you all know, like Mike Tyson, of course, was also like, um, just like Muhammad Ali and George Foreman before him. He was also the world champion, and he also used to look up to Muhammad Ali back in the day. I'm actually surprised to find out that Mike Tyson is the same age as my parents, because he was born in 1966. Hang on. what's happening in Supersonic Studios. Just drawing, or coloring right now. Some legends, as the title of the video or title of the stream says. And right now, I'm doing Mike Tyson by coloring him in. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll answer them. Or we can have a conversation right here. I know you're still trying to like, aren't you like trying to like gather me and um, what you call it, Sonic Rush together so that we can talk on some day or whatever or something like that about Laura Hughes. Because I mean, I'm so down, but I'm just like, yeah. If you have any questions about Laura Hughes, you can definitely ask me or whatever. So when do you think you can chat on Discord? Just wondering. Um, I mean, I'm free tomorrow, so if you want to chat then, I'm not really always on Discord and stuff, and I might just forget. But yeah, maybe we can try tomorrow and stuff. Let me know the time, Eastern Standard Time, and we can chat it up. Okay. Yep. What would be the best time for you? Um, Honestly, whenever. Well, not whenever, as in like, oh, I mean like 2 in the morning, but just whenever, like tomorrow. Because I got the day off, so hit me up and we can like talk on Discord or whatever. I'll try to tune in. Hopefully, I won't forget or something. But yeah, that should definitely. It is good for me, definitely, to draw real people every now and then, versus always drawing like fiction. Definitely gives you more kind of ideas and how to like I guess diversify or whatever your drawings, that kind of thing. But yeah, but if you guys don't know about Mike Tyson, let me see. Yeah, if you guys don't know about Mike Tyson though, um, I watched that movie last year called Tyson, played by the great Michael Jai White, and basically in there, like I kind of learned. I think I learned quite a lot about Mike Tyson and stuff. At least like his upbringing. because he grew up like his mom was like a prostitute. I don't think he knew his dad, or his dad was like I think he was like a Jamaican taxi driver. Like yeah, his biological dad, but mostly he was raised by his stepdad at the time. He got bullied a lot as a kid. What else? Got into a lot of fights, got into crime and all that. Went to jail at a young age. Then he met Muhammad Ali's trainer and stuff who took him in, trained him. Um, what's his name? Hang on. Yeah, that's right. Cus D'Amato. Yeah, he was like I remember like Mike Tyson was saying in an interview that honestly he loved Cus a lot. He was a lot like a dad to him. But if anything, Mike Tyson was like, yeah, he was afraid of Cuss, right? To the point like it wasn't like Cuss like he was an old guy and all that, but Mike Tyson was like, yeah, I'm afraid of him. Like if he told me to kill, like yeah, like to kill for him, he would do it. Just point him in the right direction, he would do it. Like it was like that. Like Mike Tyson was afraid of his own trainer and stuff, you know. But of course, he loved him too and everything. He was like really sad when he passed away. So yeah, then Mike Tyson, I think he went to jail and stuff too, and spent time for um because he was been accused of like rape or whatever before. I'm not sure if it's true or not. I don't. I hope it's not true. But yeah, he was accused of rape and stuff and went to jail for a couple of years for that. Of course, he's out now, so that's pretty cool. I know he has some children and whatnot. I know his I think he had a daughter at one point, and unfortunately, I think his daughter had passed away. So that's pretty sad. And like one time, he showed up on like TV and stuff, and I think he found out, and he was like, I gotta go." Like, I think the interviewer, he was like feeling like yeah, his life was like in danger if he said the wrong thing to Mike Tyson. But yeah, but he is an American Idol to this very day. All these guys are overrated to me. Now, some fighters like Theodore Roosevelt are real champions. Period. I wonder if Mike could have taken down Lincoln since nobody beat him at that time. Maybe, but yeah, I mean, obviously, like I just chose these guys because they're definitely known in history, and plus, it's Black History Month, so I have yeah, and it's the end of the like well, I guess technically we do have tomorrow, which is apparently February 29th. I was like, oh, so now we're doing that again, or it's that time of the year. Um, so that's cool. So I'll try to do something special then too. So I might do another live stream there. This time I'll probably like stream myself like watching the Boondocks instead the pilot episode that came out, which is like 8 minutes long. So that should be cool, and a few other things, and then yeah, we'll see what happens from there. Mike really did have the biggest redemption story. Yeah, like yeah, like yeah, you kind of feel for him, like that he's been through a lot of things, and stuff in his life, but he's really overcame it. Of course, he had people in his life to help him through all that, but yeah, and of course, I mean, I'm not saying there ain't any accountability because yeah, Mike Tyson has done some shit, or whatever, that has either landed him in prison or yeah, landed him in prison or whatever or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, but at least like right now, he's a cool dude, and stuff, and he's overcome all that, I guess. So That's pretty nice. And he's still like a respectable like, and like he's still like like a very respectable icon or a respectable American icon. That's more than what you can say about what R. Kelly. But let me stop. Let me stop. But yeah, I remember one time Mike Tyson. I think he said in an interview when it comes to like when he is like in the middle of like a fight or whatever, or when it comes to like fighting, Mike Tyson he treats everybody, especially if it's a street fight, he treats everybody as if they have a gun. Okay, so he'll be like, okay, no more kid gloves. He's got to be serious. Okay, and he's gonna like take out whomever. Um, yeah, like that. That's the kind of mentality he has. Um, is like that whole survival thing. He's like, man, I gotta treat everyone like as if they have a gun, even if they don't have a gun. Gotta treat them like they have one and take them out quick. If I could screen share, I would love to share some videos or whatever, but fortunately I cannot because I'm using my phone. So yeah, and I tried to do a little practice this morning to see if I could or not, but apparently not. So we'll just leave it like that. I'm not into boxing at all, but there was one interesting story in the early 1900s where the guy knocked the other fighter down. Then the light shined just on him, and after that, he happened. Oof, damn, he died. That's crazy. Yeah, stuff like that can probably happen in boxing and stuff for sure. Um, yeah, and don't get me wrong, Ashes, I'm not like into boxing like that either. Um, I do like the stories though, like Rocky and all that, or like yeah, it's interesting and stuff, and it's like definitely an American sport and stuff, and I gotta respect that. I'm not a boxer myself either or anything, but I've been like studying stuff like Bruce Lee and all that, and he really liked boxing and stuff. He wasn't like a boxer, but like he took influence, like a lot of influence from boxing and stuff, and I thought it'd be definitely cool to look into like other boxers or whatever, stuff like that, or they just have the cool stories. Like I was even thinking like for my own, like I was thinking about making my own comic and stuff, right? Which that's still in the process, but I was thinking about like, hey, this is gonna be like a little fighting kind of like a fighting kind of manga or whatever or shonen. And if I wanted or like martial arts, of course, and if you're going to do martial arts, you gotta like make characters that are like, you know, for certain styles, like boxers and stuff. So I thought, okay, I can take influence from like real life people and stuff and apply those stories or those skills to those characters. And what's even more weird, the judge said the god thanks both fighters that the money would go to the church building after the match. Damn. I'm not sure if he was roasting or if he was just like um just being like at least trying to be like, well, may his soul rest in peace or something. But yeah, yikes. It happened seconds before the match. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe that judge must have rigged something. I'm just kidding. But yeah. Hmm. But yeah, it's just like one of those little accidents and stuff that happens. So it is what it is. Hopefully his family was compensated and stuff for the match and all that, and oh yeah. Speaking of which, that reminds me of Undisputed and stuff. Yeah, Undisputed. Really good martial arts kickboxing type movie. Yeah, Undisputed, amazing. Okay, I definitely recommend anyone to watch it. Got Michael J. White. Um, in the second movie, Wesley Snipes. In the first one, and then of course one of my favorites, Scott Adkins, and the second, the third, and the fourth movie. So really good action and all that. So yeah, I think my favorite might be the second and third one. The fourth one was pretty good. The first one was it's been a while since I've seen their first one, but yeah, it honestly kind of feels a little disconnected from the other series, mainly because like Michael Jai White plays the same character in the second movie, but he's played by another character in the first one. So yeah, low key I should have put Jim Kelly, but oh well. Hmm. And that's Well, Mike Tyson. All right, next up, Michael Jai White. Oops, damn it. Supposed to show him. Michael Jai White. In case you guys didn't know, Michael Jai White had also played as Mike Tyson in the movie Tyson as well. Um, Obviously, this was like back in the '90s and stuff, so He definitely did look sort of like Mike Tyson a little bit. Not entirely, but a little bit, in my opinion. He definitely nailed down the attitude and the acting and all that. Like Michael J. White is definitely like a great actor and stuff, great martial artist and all that. I can definitely respect him. As you know, he played actually not even played, but he came up with Black Dynamite and stuff. Um, wrote the script, um, played as the character, everything. Um, what else has he done? He's technically even the first black person to ever play or portray a superhero in Spawn. If you remember Spawn, yeah. So that was also pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys want to see my drawings afterwards, I won't put it on my DeviantArt. At least these with the. I'll probably put it on Instagram actually after I'm done. So if you want to check out my Instagram, um, link is on my obviously on my page here. So yeah, DeviantArt is such a tricky beast to me. Whenever I go there, I can't see any pictures, but when I use VPN, the website just doesn't open. Huh. I don't know what to say about that. I know they won't let you see certain things if you don't have like an account or whatever, because they can't tell if you're like a minor or whatever, or they can't clarify your age or whatever. Um, so yeah, or maybe it's probably an internet thing or something. I'm not really sure. Although DeviantArt is definitely where I post most of my art, most of my art and all that stuff over at. All right, and I'm back. Mm. I said all that while the mic was paused. Yeah, that would be interesting though. But nah, doubt it. They confirmed that April's mom's alive. I believe they just never resolved that plot line for some reason. Um, yeah, but it is pretty cool though that she was voiced by the '87 April and stuff. That's a pretty nice touch. I just happened to have the idea when rewatching Teen Titans episode with Starfire's pet Silky. Honestly, he should have died. I know it's cruel to Star, but Beast Boy suffered when Terra died. Oh, come on. Uh, nah. I'm glad Silky had survived. Yo, you drawing Tifa in a swimsuit? Yep, you got that right. Just gotta do the coloring and some a little bit more of the line art, and I'll be done. And then I'll call it a stream for tonight or whatever. Especially since like it's a trend right now. Everybody's drawing Tifa, so I was like, you know what? Why not draw Tifa? I played Final Fantasy VII, and I beat the game, the original one on PlayStation One, not too long ago. So I was like, you know what? Okay, why not? I get on this too. So that's what I'm doing. Do I plan on getting the rebirth thing? Not at the moment. And I actually do have the remake of Final Fantasy, but I just don't really feel like playing it because I just beat the original. But I'll come back to it eventually. Um, I just need a break from Final Fantasy. I just don't want to play the same storyline all over again. But if I'm going to be honest, though, I'm more of an Aerith fan of Aerith more so than Tifa. But don't get me wrong, though, Tifa's a cool character. But I'm just like, yeah, but Aerith, she's just I don't know. I just like her more better as a character and stuff. And she's just good for light. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tifa's also good for light too. Like she's there for him. But yeah, but for me, I don't know. It's just Aerith. She's like that girl that like wants to protect and stuff, and you know, right. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I definitely see like if you guys remember Larry Hughes, I definitely see why he loves Final Fantasy so much because I see like when I was playing Final Fantasy VII, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, this reminds me so much of a little bit of Sonic's IDM since Larry Hughes kept associating it with it so much. I was like, yeah, I think I'm starting to see it, like why he was like a fanatic for Final Fantasy VII, especially like Tifa's like Sally, um, Cloud. You can probably say is like Sonic or something. Barrett, Barrett or Barnett. He's a lot like maybe like Rotor to a degree, like etc. So I definitely see that. The whole Rebel thing and stuff, and them going against the what is it, the Shinra or whatever. Yeah, I wonder if Final Fantasy is as overrated as Sonic's ADM. I mean, I would say it's definitely left his mark in the franchise. That's for sure. I don't know too much about the fan base because I'm still kind of relatively new to Final Fantasy because I don't like play the games like that. Even Kingdom Hearts, like I was like, yeah, I'm still a little new to like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, even though I just like beat those games. Well, Kingdom Hearts, I think I beat the first game about like 2 years ago on the PlayStation 2, and boy, it took me a while. That was like one of the longest games I've ever played. For me though, and I probably wasn't doing it consistently anyways. But it's just like all these mini games that you got to go through and all that is just like yeah, it's something. Since I don't have access to a console due to studying, I happen to like mobile games more, especially to match three ones. I know it's not Sonic Dream Team, but surprisingly, that game also has a plot. I think let's like mobile games more, especially. I feel like you might be talking about like Sonic Run and stuff. Like I know that game has like a story and all that within it, or like they have some lore and all that in there, which is kind of weird for a mobile game. Not a That's not a knock at you or anything. Um, just like I don't like really play mobile games like that because I just can't really be on my phone for like that amount of time playing like a game. Whereas like me, I like to personally have like a controller or something like that in my hand. Oh, excuse me. I know I'm terrible for this. And there you go, Tifa. All right, so that's the end of my live stream here. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed. Um, I know it would have taken forever, but my phone's about to die. It's only like 10% right now. Um, but it's definitely a good thing that I drew beforehand because it would have taken me forever um, to draw all this and then color it on the stream and stuff. It would have been a lot longer if I did all that. But yeah, by the way, let's see. But yeah, I haven't really been into like Final Fantasy VII for that long. I just kind of started a little while back last year. But let me go see if I can find my first drawing. I know I showed it one time on the stream before. Hmm. Right here. Definitely not it. Yep. Huh. Could have sworn I had Tifa right there. Oh well. Anyways, but yeah, Tifa. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. This stuff drew George Foreman, or I colored George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Creed, the son, and the protagonist of the Creed series. And then, of course, Iron Mike Tyson, world champion, and of course, Michael J. White. So, yeah, and then obviously I just drew Tifa because why not? All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. This is the Joning Level Fox, and I'm out. Peace, and until we meet again.